All right. Well, hi, I'm Tommy Shearer, and I've done this a few times, so it's a little funny. I'm here to tell you why Scientology is the greatest thing that there is on this planet, the most valuable, and really the most important thing that there is on this planet at this time. So the reason is basically Scientology has discovered, and when I say Scientology, I'm talking about L. Ron Hubbard, who is really the individual who has put this all together. And he was brilliant and kind and wonderful. Don't believe anything that you've heard other than that. So here he is, this individual who spent his life researching man. He created Dianetics, and this is brilliant in itself. And then he went into Scientology because he discovered probably the greatest discovery that there ever was on Earth. So why is Scientology the best thing? Because it has this information about man. It understands man. It understands these questions like, why are we here? What are we doing here? What's going on? Seriously. And L. Ron Hubbard has discovered these answers. And I'm going to start with the first and most important piece of information that L. Ron Hubbard discovered. He discovered this in the early 1950s. And you might ask, well, why don't we know about this now? That is a separate subject, which I will get into, but it has to do with information on this planet and how good things are suppressed and bad things are promoted and things like that. But I'll get into that more. But this is 1950, and what L. Ron Hubbard discovered, which is the most important discovery ever in this world, is the existence of the human spirit. And this is, and what it is, what it's doing, what difficulties it has, its nature and things like this. He discovered that the human spirit, and these aren't just his ideas, this is based on observation. So it isn't his theories, it isn't his ideas, it becomes factual because it can be proven and it's workable. So one of the things that he discovered was that the human spirit is not, it's separate, but its nature is good. The human spirit is good. And that's important, right? We want, that's a fact. That's the way it is. So I'm going to read you a little bit. This is a book called A New Slant on Life. It's by L. Ron Hubbard. The early 50s, this was done. So here we go. It is a discovery of Scientology, a discovery susceptible to the most arduous scientific proofs that people are not bodies. That people are not bodies. But that people are living units operating body. This is the spiritual being I'm talking about. Living units that are operating bodies. The living unit we call in Scientology a thetan. The reason he calls it a thetan is he doesn't want to mix it up with other things like a soul, a ghost, whatever. Thetan, it has a definition. It knows exactly what this spiritual being is. It knows what it's been doing. And it also knows how to fix it. How to fix it. Man is confused. He thinks he's a body. He's in all these weird states, and sometimes he's in decent states. How to fix it. So that not only is he not in weird states or in decent states, but he's in higher states that are virtually beautiful. And you might say miraculous, because you can attain some of these states and they're very, very stable. They're not states where you basically tell somebody to be honest or blah, blah, blah. No, the being naturally knows to be honest. He knows. He doesn't know. He naturally admires things. He naturally loves things. He naturally loves other people and stuff. So you get this person up these lines, which LRH discovered, created these techniques. It's unbelievable. It blows my mind. Okay, here we go. We're going to continue here. It is modified, the being, is modified by the addition of a body, right? Thetan being gets involved with the body. And by the addition of a body, it is brought into a certain unknowingness about its own condition. Okay. Being gets into a body, it enters a state of unknowingness. That's what happens. You enter the thing, you forget that you're a spiritual being, you're a body now. It's not good, it's degraded. Okay, the mission of Scientology is to raise the knowingness of this spirit to such a degree that it again knows what it is and what it is doing. Come on. Just to discover the existence of the human spirit seriously, factually, and know what it is and know what it's doing. This is the greatest discovery that there is. Now, beyond that, it is the mission of Scientology to take this being, I'll read it again, is to raise the knowingness of this spirit to such a degree that it again knows what it is and what it is doing, okay? We're lost, we're confused. Scientology gets you to where you're not lost and you're not confused. And this is such a great state. The person is so much happier. I mean, seriously, it's ridiculous because it's so great. All right, good. We're just going to say a little bit more. Among the capabilities of and potentials of the thetan is immortality. When a being understands who he is, he's able to, at some different stages, and many Scientologists have done this, able to exteriorize the being, leaves the body, is not in the body. One of the first things that he understands simply is that he's immortal. He's different than a body. The being is different than the material universe. It's not made of matter. It's not made of energy. It's different. That's why people have never been able to see it. But LRH was able to identify him. Here we go. The amount of time which he has spent on earth and the number of deaths through which he has gone have brought him into a state of forgetfulness about who and where he has been. He's died many times, and he's experienced this. The being hasn't died. The body has died. He's in the body. He experiences death, and then he realizes, I'm not dead. He goes on to, and he eventually takes on another body. Most beings do this. And then they get into forgetfulness and unknowingness, and they live the life. They think they're a body, and the body is all there is, and this life is all there is. The game of life is all there is. And he's not aware of the fact that he's a spiritual being and different than the body. And that's a much greater state to have. You could still play the game of life knowing this and really have all the great times that a being can have. A being can experience sensation. He loves sensation. He loves to play games. He loves a challenge. And so this is why he's in this universe, is to do these things. He hates idleness. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Anyway, these are, what did I say? Okay, and so this material is recovered in Scientology. This material means the fellow's past lives, etc., and the fact that he is a spiritual being. So this is the most important and valuable thing that there is on this planet. So what I want, you should avail yourself of this information. It's so great. It'll have, he discovered all this other stuff about marriage, about children, about money, about the person and how to get rid of a lot of negative things and many things. And so it's just information, and it's incredible. He'll point out, this is a pitfall, these are the pitfalls, and here's how to get around them. And to get around them is relatively easy. So I implore you to really get this information to help you so that you understand things better, you become happier, you become more successful, and that's what we want, right? So you can click on my website, or if there's anything else there, you want to get onto there's these free courses that you can do that are, they're great, they're wonderful. And so I want you to at least do a free course or two, get a book or so. This stuff is, it's the truth of what's happening here. And you're entitled to that. And so that's what I want. I want everybody to be happy, kind, and playful, and just enjoying life, and none of this other crap. The lower tones, we don't like them. So that's what we want for you, is these upper tones, these higher states of being, where you're successful, you're happy, and it's all good. Okay, so that's my first talk, and I'm going to do other ones, and I thank you for listening. Thank you.